Oh, it's here. It's a lot more gray. So when I go into color matching, about there, I think that's a pretty good match to Hancock. Save. Let's see. File. Open recent. General. So as long as I've got Hancock open, here's the blue coat. Let's see if I can adjust its color to be a little bit more like the general coat. It's already been lightened up, so that shouldn't be an issue. Either more of a paler blue. That should work. Not quite as vibrant, but I think it matches better to the Minutemen outfit. Save for Hancock PSD. Save as. Make a D3DS file. That's what the texture files are in Fallout and Skyrim, and actually all the Fallouts and all the Skyrims. Hancock is considered clothing. He is underneath Hancock. Hancock blue. Save. Yes. Save. Wait for it to finish saving. Close off Hancock. Close off the general. We've now got Preston in blue, blue and red. Yep. Shadowed now. Let me just do a quick save. Color overlay. Don't want to go straight black because then you really can't see anything. You want to be able to maintain enough of the texture that you can see something, but you also want to be black enough that it makes sense. I think that works. Is we're seeing it from a pretty zoomed out mode. You'll still have the various textures on the body, but I think there's enough variant in there. There's enough light in there that we can see the actual design of the costume. Let's see. And for this one, we're going to be doing D3DS files, Armorsmith tweaks, textures. Here's what's actually considered armor. Preston Garvey. Preston body D. Shadowed. Save. Save. Armorsmith tweaks, textures, armor, Preston Garvey, D3DS, Preston Garvey D, red. Armorsmith tweaks, textures, armor, Preston Garvey, D3DS, blue. Save, save. Save the master file. Now we have the folder where I have my textures saved. I have Fallout 4 because you have to actually have them in the game in order for the game to recognize them. Let's see, right now I've only done texture work, so I haven't created the material files. So I'll paste my new texture folder in, overwrite anything to conflict, because I'm just doing an insert of all of my stuff as well. Now I need to make the material files for this. Do I have material files for Preston? Yep. Preston body, gloves, hat. Okay, fine. So I need to open up Material Editor. That'll work. Material Editor. File, open. Materials, armor, Preston, body. I'm only changing the D file at the moment. Close. No, actually I have to go down to textures, armor, Preston, shadowed. And shows up there, good. Just need to change this one then. Dot, 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 dot. Da, 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 da. One more to go. I've really got to stop slouching. It is horrible for my neck. Blue, file, save as, da, 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 da. Blue. Three material files are created. I can close the material editor. I can minimize that. I'll minimize that. Preston, data, material files are now inserted. So let's see here. Materials, Hammersmith tweaks, materials. Copy, paste. Copy and replace. There we go. You don't really need shaders for retextures. I might need to change the normal maps, but right now I'm focusing on the displacement map, which is the actual colors. The normal maps I might change later. It depends, when I'm closer to a more proper release. Let's see now. I need to open up FO Edit. Okay. Over here. Actually, while I'm here, there's a couple things I should check out. Where are you? I always find that amusing. Kellogg is not actually a member of the Institute faction. None. He is in no factions whatsoever. If we look here, where is it? Factions. Z247 is in the Institute faction. Kellogg is in nothing. Companion X688 is in the current Companion faction, Voices Companion faction, Institute faction, Synth faction, Has-Been Companion faction, Crime Institute faction, Potential Companion faction, Companion Crime faction. Z114 is in the Institute faction. The which one is this? X418 is in the Bunker Hill Institute faction. And X927 is in the Synth faction and the Escape Synth faction. Kellogg is in no factions whatsoever. Trippy, isn't it? Now, let's see. It's really fun when you actually look at the game details and say, wow, these guys are things I never expected. I mean, there's some stuff that you learn in game. Like, you know, there's the two Preston Garveys, there's Dance's secret. There's a secret to someone else who, you know, standard rules apply. When I put my hand up, I'm about to reveal a spoiler. When I take it down, you're safe to hear, so you don't want to hear spoilers. So, with that said, the spoiler I'm about to reveal is... Surges is a synth. If you kill him, he has a synth component. So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff you find when you tinker around inside of FOEdit. And get a really deep... Like, for example, I released a video when Fahaba came out, where I looked at Fahaba inside FOEdit and talked about all the interesting little nuggets I found. Like, oh, look, here's this thing here, and here's this thing here, and did you know this? Did you know that? So a lot of interesting stuff you find out when you just, you know, look into the details. Alright, so Armorsmith tweaks. Okay, I'm going to have to do a few things first. Okay, I need to open up my Armorsmith tweaks folder, go to my materials folder, armor, Preston. I need to pull this off actually onto a secondary place. Let's see, how do I want to do this? What's the best way to do this? I suppose Hancock's makes the most sense, because I can do Hancock, blue, Hancock Shadow, Hancock Original. Copy as a new record into... We're going to remove the word Hancock. Also, fun little fact for those of you with a dirty mind. Hancock wears a frock coat. Yes, a man named Hancock wears a frock coat. Just let that percolate in your brain for a bit. This goes into number 24, my Armorsmith Tweaks mod. Ding. There we go. So there's the original for reverting back. Copy as a new record into. This is going to be Preston Coat Red. Alright, so we've got all these. Do a compare selected on them. We actually want to look at Armor Preston. One thing I found really interesting when I was looking at the files for Fahava, I was like, oh my god, there's an actual female courser in the game! Because all the coursers in the game are male. Until you go to Far Harbor, then you meet one female courser, and she's a turncoat. Which isn't much of a spoiler, since you kind of meet her like within 10 minutes of the game when you get to Arcadia. But, you know, having not even launched